Am I the only one who finds the way we switch between characters extremely odd? Every time I pay attention to character switching, I go into existential crisis trying to figure out what in the world is this? Cloning. Cloning is the process of producing individual organisms with identical or virtually identical DNA either by natural or artificial means. Usually, in my theories, I explain the basic concept of the topic using science heavy words. This time, you may be a little bit confused. Hang in there with me, I'll show you how cloning and switching characters are linked. Hi, I am Megaman, and this is a piece of my madness. There are all sorts of weird animals in our world that clone themselves as their way of reproduction. For anyone under a certain age, it's called asexual reproduction. If you are under that age, what the hell are you even doing here? I talk about stuff like mental illnesses, brains exploding, and paradoxes. I mean, if you like them, who am I to judge, right? Just hit the subscribe button if you like my videos. Just hit it. Back to cloning. So yes, I was saying that most single-cell organisms split themselves to create replicas of themselves. This is what natural cloning is about. Then there is cloning in biotechnology. Here, scientists use DNA from a parent species and modify an embryo from the host species and make its DNA identical to the parent and place it back in the host to let it grow. There is a bunch of weird biology stuff done like electrocuting the embryo to force start its growth and all. But it's just too complicated and not very important here. The problem with that is, like 10% of the animal cloning survive birth. Even from that, most if not all doesn't live. An example is the sheep named Dolly from like 25 years ago, and nothing major has changed since. Same goes for human cloning. But Genshin is a fantasy world, with some limitations probably. In Genshin, we have the technology to clone humans that function like real humans and can blend into human society like nothing. It's not science, but alchemy is kinda a pseudoscience that led the road to modern science. Albedo and three of his theoretical brothers, Nigredo, Citronatus, and Rubido, are perfect replicas of the same person. I don't know if anybody remembers this. A while back, Albedo said to us that the traveler is similar to him in a way. Like we are an artificial human like him, a clone of a mythical being, but without the human imperfection like in his case. Let's assume the twins are the perfect homunculi made from the understanding of both alchemy and modern science. Who is to say that we don't know how to make clones ourselves? Twins did travel to many worlds before this world. Because think about it. We can place 8 characters in the teapot to collect friendship EXP. It's not like that they just visit for one day and enter a cool time to say they left the teapot. For that matter, I don't think the real characters know we have a teapot that is a portable pocket dimension with 4 separate realms, except for the adapter that is. I can't show this at the time of recording this video. The devs decided to freeze the teapot entity for maintenance. I don't know what in the world they are maintaining for 3 whole weeks now. But here's the thing. We would think, oh well, if they are placed in the teapot, it's like giving them a vacation, right? Giving them rest. That is where things start to look weird. Removing the character from the teapot is what's called resting. Here's what I'm speculating. The characters in the teapot are the characters we switch into. They are the clones of the original characters we get to play as. From the Unreconciled Star event quest, we got to know how Lennart's story goes and how constellations work. Constellations of each character are like reflections of themselves. So when Lennart's constellation came down crashing, others experience a fraction of his memories. Memories also contain things like skills and experiences. Hence, the reason why the people affected by the meteoroid felt cold. Cold is a feeling of touch, which we can't bring out like memories. Sure, we can say we felt cold that one time, but that doesn't make you suddenly shiver and sneeze out of nowhere. It's an experience share. The people in the quest fell unconscious while experiencing Leonard's memories is because simply it's not their memory. Try to force down someone else's sensory data into yourselves. You are sure to experience severe case of migraine and probably pass out from exhaustion. When we wish on a character, a meteoroid crashes down similar to how Leonard's star came crashing down. At first, my mind wanted me to stay in the conclusion that the fates are like magnets from Ice Age. These are star glitter, and this is what gives star glitter as a byproduct, making primogems essentially stars, and stars have a ridiculous level of gravitational pull. Gravitational pull of dreams cause all wish items talk about dreams. I won't confirm nor deny this, but let's leave it at that. Just because we got a piece of rock doesn't mean we get the character. If that's the case, Leonard is now a playable character for all I care. The description of intertwined fates say this: a fateful stone that connect dreams. Its glimmers can entwine fates and connect dreams, just as how its glimmer links star into the shape of a heart's desire. Now, if you remove your stubborn idiot glasses and look at this again, it says a lot about what I am talking about here. A fateful stone that connects dreams. The fateful stone is the fate that drags down the constellation because we wished for it. Its glimmers can entwine fates and connect dreams. Connect the memories and experiences to the body. See how it's not souls but dreams here? Just as how its glimmer links star into the shapes of heart's desire. The star, or the 160 primo gems used to make the fate, shapes the body into whatever the constellation reflects. To my understanding, the fates are like Pokeballs that manufacture and store artificial souls created by merging memories and experiences taken from the constellation. It's not exactly souls, but more of an artificial ego. It makes sense since most weapons, about 2 stars, carry their owner's past memories in them like constellations. That's why we get both weapons and characters in a wish. A quick what if scenario. We usually don't get dead people as characters, right? What if Leonard's constellation was forgotten by Celestia management while they were cleaning up complete memories? And leftover dust is what makes weapons. What I am saying is, when we wish, the constellations get intertwined with the fate to create an artificial ego. Then, when we put that fate inside an artificial body, it mirrors the original using the data in the constellation. I mean, who is there to say that constellation doesn't carry human DNA? It's like the most basic thing to carry when dealing with human psyche. This is also why the playable characters are always weaker than our original counterpart. Whatever we do, a clone can never be as strong as the original. Since the clones we are using is not the original, the person is also limited to their signature skills, because there is no creative freedom in a husk. The best example is Child. Man, this dude has way more importance to understanding the powers of Genshin than a certain clown everyone is frothing over. Because he's both playable and a boss with connections to visions, delusions, and abyss. You can check out my vision potential to understand skills better. We get 3 weapons as a playable character in Child, and a goddamn whale as a boss. There's got to have something fishy going on here. Traveler is strong by themselves, but not as strong as they were, so it makes sense to use elemental reactions to do strong attacks while all the other vision wielders fight with just their element without reactions. Now someone might say if the fate is the thing that makes the character, the traveler might be switching each fate inside their own body to change outer shape of their body to become that character. For that argument, here's my counter. It doesn't look anything special when you are standing still, but things start to show up when things are moving. The characters you are switching into jumps down. It's not an exact jump, but for a split second, characters' hands and clothes go into the falling down animation. You can brush it off by saying it's nothing, but my job is to look into the science behind these small details. I got this idea while watching Scientific Railgun. There's an esper called Shirai Kuroko whose esper power is teleportation. She explains how teleporters have to calculate their exact destination with minimum error, or they might get stuck on the floor or anything in the place their body is going to teleport. This made me think that since the character switch is done so fast while moving, maybe they TP an inch or 2 above ground so they won't get clipped in grass. So the constellations we pull are turned into artificial egos and entwined with a clone and stored in our abyss hole of a inventory that deserves its own explanation. When we need to quick access these characters in a 4-party setup, the 4 individual characters are placed in a device that can teleport within 0.5 seconds of delay. I don't know. For this part, I am just purely running on instincts, because I have no idea how our inventory works. Since we are still in control of the character, it's safe to assume we switch our soul from one body to the other when a new character takes the field. There might be some illusion BS going on since the NPCs still recognize us as Traveler, even if we are in a different character. Let's be real, unless you are Enviosity, nobody uses Traveler. Why did I even make this theory? Hoyoverse is never going to explain how we switch characters. So there will never be any solid proof. And who cares if they are clones if they can beat Abyss, right? Whoa, that's enough. My head hurts. This one got progressively weirder and weirder by the minute. It's true that trivial things like this will just get hidden under the rug, like how the inventory system works. Paimon and Traveler's dialogue hints about stuff like this, but they never get explained. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like the video, smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you are interested in science heavy videos like this one that goes against the general understanding of Genshin lore. You can watch my video on the original Dendro Archon's second death here and a more light-hearted video on the possible new weapons here. Anyway, remember, this is just a theory in a random dude's head on the internet. Thanks for watching, and until next time, let your imaginations run wild.